Page 188 to 191. Achilles, alone at last with his thoughts, draws his cloak about him and sits. At his feet the body of his dead enemy. It shines as with the light of another star, a metallic brightness. Except for the wound at the throat where his sword went in, it is unmarked. The wound is as clean as if it had just been made. After 11 days in the sun, the body has neither discoloration nor the smell of corruption. Achilles sits and contemplates it. Shining brow, lean jaw, the cheeks sunken a little, on the upper lip and chin just the shadow of a beard. Each morning when he rides down to confront it, this is what he finds. This figure of what might be a sleeper, composed and still in the naked perfection of its early manhood, laid out as a challenge to him from the gods to inflict upon it, the body of the slayer of his friend, the savage depredations that his pride, his grief, his sense of his own high honour demand, and which the spirit of Patroclus, if love is to prove itself, must witness. And each morning, when he discovers yet again how the gods have defied him, he is maddened anew. Outrageous injury swells his veins. And now? Leaning forward on the stool, he once again examines his enemy. Frowns. Raises his brow to the clear night sky. Breathes in its freshness. Something in him has freed itself and fallen away. A need. An obligation. Everything around him is subtly changed. The body at his feet, in the rightness of its imperturbable calm. His own body, which is tensed as it tips forward, also calm. Some cleansing emotion that flooded through him. When? When Priam first appeared to him in the figure of his father? Has cleared his heart of the smoky poison that clogged and thickened its every motion, so that whatever he turned his gaze on was clouded and dark. He regards Hector's body now, and the clean-limbed perfection of it, the splendour of the warrior who has won an honourable death, is no longer an affront. The affection of the gods for a man whose end it was part of his own accomplished life to accomplish, he can now take as an honour intended also to himself. And that, he sees, is how it might have been from the start, and this the first, not the 12th night. What he feels in himself as a perfect order of body, heart, occasion, is the enactment under the stars in the very breath of the gods of the true Achilles, the one he has come all this way to find. He sits quietly in the contemplation of this. The light of the torch casts a flickering glow a little upwards into the air, creating an effect in the dark of a cave whose roof is also the high roof of his skull. At his feet, the body whose quiet he can accept now as a mirror of his own. So long as he sits here, there can be no conflict between them. They are in perfect amity. Their part in the long war is at an end. So he sits, then, with the last look down, rises and calls into the dark to where Automedon, just a little way off, has all this time been waiting and keeping watch.